Yo, everybody, how you doing? What's up, everybody? Eagles, we're a couple days away from training camp. I can't wait. I'm ready. I hope you're ready. We got to get this thing going. We got Delusion in the NFC East. What's up, buddy? How you doing, Meme? How you doing? What's going on? So the Giants are going 19-0. I love it. I love it. Let them go 19-0. That'd be great. I think the Giants stink. What up, Wyatt? How you doing, buddy? How's it going? Thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it. We're going to talk some Eagles. Give me some questions. Whatever you guys want to do, we'll do. Let's battle. Let's do it. I'm excited. I cannot wait until training camp. I cannot wait. I'm psyched. Yeah, JPP. It's 19-0. That guy's delusional. We got delusion running rampant in the NFC East. No, and Doug Peterson, he's delusional too. What's up, Sacred Eagle? How you doing, buddy? I'm glad you're here. You know, Doug Peterson's also a little bit delusional, but JPP is really delusional, you know? I mean, that's Cowboys level delusion, 19-0. That's what it is. 19-0 is Cowboys delusion. So, I don't even deal with that, you know what I mean? Connect me on your live channel so I can be live with you. How do you do that? I don't know what you mean. You can beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1 LeVar Ball. I know you can. I would put my money on you. What's up, Jonas? How you doing, buddy? How you been? How's it going? I saw Jeffrey interviewed today, and it seems really excited and pumped up for this team. Yeah, he should be. Look, this is a big contract year for Alshon Jeffrey. If Alshon Jeffrey can get, like, you know, a good year, you know what's going to happen, right? He's going to get the money. He's going to get the Strato. And then what? Are we going to be able to sign him? I don't know. We're doing a lot of power runs, 3-10 sets, shotgun fill. Yeah, we probably will see a lot of tight ends in this scheme, I'm sure. I know Doug Peterson's like that. Should we franchise Alshon? No. I'm not going to pay him $20-something million. Listen, I don't think Alshon Jeffrey's Terrell Owens, but I'm not paying him that much. Jeffrey seems really camera shy. I don't know about that. I imagine that when you're a pro athlete and you're in the camera all day, I mean, he came from Chicago. It's not like he's coming from a small market. I would think he's probably okay. What's the deal with Kirk in Washington? Look, Kirk Cousins does not want to play for Washington, obviously. I mean, the guy wants out. When you get offered that kind of money, my gosh. And look, he's getting a lot of money as a franchise. He's getting 40-something million for 2 years of franchise, and he still wants out of Washington. Washington is a disaster. If Jared Goff was on the Eagles, would he be as good as Wentz is? No, I don't think so. Because I think Wentz has it up here. I don't think Jared Goff does. Jared Goff didn't know that the sun rose in the east and set in the west. That's a dingbat. I'm not sure, but it can be done. I think you have to find the URL channel C-Connect so I can join live and ask around a little more info about it. Yeah, you have to know. I don't even know how that I get on, you know, live with my phone. I barely can do that. So you're gonna have to tell me more about that, because I don't know that kind of stuff. I don't really even understand what you're talking about. What you got to say about my 7-finger Savage? He's a dope. He's a dingbat. You know what I mean? Good defensive end, but he's dingbat. Look, I just did a video like 3 weeks ago on the Giants fans and team not as delusional as the Dallas Cowboy fans, who are the greatest Hall of Fame delusional people ever. And then Philadelphia, we're pretty delusional too. But the Giants fans have come back strong. They have come back as like epic proportions of delusion. The Giants are just as delusional. 19-0, what are you kidding me? Who cares about other teams? It's all Eagles. Hey, it's all Eagles, but NFC East is Eagles. So I care about the teams in the division, definitely. Giants will realistically go 10-6 at best. Yeah, I think the Giants have a good defense. I think Eli Manning has enough left, and I don't doubt a 2-time quarterback winning. You know what I mean? You won 2 Super Bowls. I got to give him some, you know, somewhat of a break. Greatest Eagle tailgate you ever been to? I don't know. I've been a lot of them. What do you think Torrey Smith needs to do to prove he can play? What do you predict from this season, Sacred? I think Torrey Smith has to show he still has it. To me, when I look at Torrey Smith, I think he's done. I think he's shot. Okay, I think Torrey Smith is done. So to me, he's got to come out and show that he still has speed, especially to stretch the field. If he can show that he can go long and stretch the field, like let's say the first game of the season, he hits like they catch an 80-yard bomb, right? I'll feel a lot better about Torrey Smith instantly, you know. Who wins week 1, Cowboys or Giants? The Giants, Michael, are going to beat Dallas week 1. Who is the best Eagle player currently? There are 2 best players that I like. Carson Wentz and Jordan Hicks. Those are like my 2 favorite guys. You know what I mean? What's up? Hey, Reggie White lover. What's up, Gregory? Best pass rusher ever. Hollywood, Cox and Hicks. Yeah. I like Wentz and Hicks. Are you going to any games? I don't know yet. I'm thinking about that Oakland game. That looks good to me. Do you agree with me that their pass rush is the key to them having a good season? I think it's the only reasonable way that they can stay in the games defensively, because those corners aren't good enough. Your pass rush is going to have to be superb. What do you think wins, Redskins or Eagles? I think the Eagles are going to beat the Redskins. I think the Redskins are going to be in for an epically bad year. I mean, look, when your quarterback wants out, why would you think that your team has a chance? As soon as something goes wrong, the players are going to be like, dude, the quarterback doesn't even want to be here. Why do I? So I think the Redskins are going to lose a lot of games. Do you think Hicks will be ready for training camp? I do. I definitely think he will. Kirk is there only for the money. He's there, yeah, well, they franchised him 2 years in a row. He had no choice. But they've offered him enough money that he should have been happy if he really liked to play for them. He doesn't. He doesn't want to play with them. So, look, the Redskins, they're a disaster. The Redskins have been a disaster since Snyder took over that team. Total disaster. I heard Brian Mitchell out of his own mouth say disaster. How many more years will Eli play? I think Eli probably got 2 to 3. Noah, I'm doing good, Noah. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us today. We'll beat the Broncos. I hope so. Sidney Jones better be a stud because I just bought his jersey. Yeah, well, and you want him to be a stud, you want him to sit the whole year. Let him sit out the whole year. Let him get healthy, 100% healthy. Giants aren't going 12-4. They have a really tough schedule, LeVar. I guess LeVar Ball is here, everybody, and he said that they're going 12-4 because LeVar Ball here, this LeVar Ball, dingbat. No, I'm just kidding. You're not dingbat. Should I buy a Wentz jersey or a Jeffrey? Wentz. If you want to be sure that you're going to have a jersey that is more than 1 year, 2 years, then get a Wentz because Alshon could be gone. Which 3 players do you think will lead the Eagles' defense in sacks, interceptions, and tackles? Oh, that's a good question. Sacks, interceptions, and tackles. I think sacks, look, I'm not a Brandon Graham fan, but he's got to come up big this year. So I'm going to say Graham leads in sacks. Jordan Hicks leads in tackles and interceptions. Jordan Hicks, Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Wentz jersey, yes, definitely Wentz jersey. Vester, yo, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? How you doing, Vester? What do you got, German Shepherd dog? Cox, Hicks, and McLeod. I don't see Cox leading. If Cox leads the team in sacks, we got problems. I think we can go 12-4. I see us losing to the Seahawks, okay, the Chiefs, okay, the Raiders, and the Cowboys. That would be very impressive. Here's my concern with the Eagles. It's always going to be when you have that many new players on offense, especially, right? 2 new receivers, a new running back, right? Possibly a new guard. You got new guys that honestly have to play together. They're going to struggle early on. They're actually going to struggle early on because that's normally what happens. Think of the dream teams and the Redskins when they put all those teams together, free agents, the best guys. It never works because nobody's ever played together. There's no, you know what I mean? There's no stability. They're not used to playing with each other. It's a mess. And it usually takes like half a season to get going. So I expect them to struggle and then turn it up towards the ends. I see your point, but don't they practice games together and train? Yeah, but you can't match the speed of the game and playing another team full throttle. I don't think you can simulate that at all. Even in preseason, you can't simulate it because it's so vanilla. So the only way you learn is once you get out there on the field. So if the Giants are 5-1 in the NFC East, yeah, right, can't even beat us. Just putting this out there. Davis Webb, Giants third-round quarterback, surpassed Jared Goff's season stats at Cal. Don't sleep on him. Okay, but he's, you know, he's not going to play this year. Do you think the Seahawks will struggle this year? That's a good question. I was thinking about this today, actually, because I'm going to do the NFC West predictions. I still think they're gonna probably be a 1 or 2 seed in the league. I really do. I think there's 3 teams that I look at who I think are probably the top 2 seeds. I think it's Seattle's 1, and then it's gonna be between Green Bay and the Giants 2, because I think the Giants are up there, and I think Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers is always in the equation. So I had the Giants going 11-5, and I have the Green Bay Packers going 11-5. So whatever the tiebreaker is going to be who gets us 2 seed. Joshua Dobbs will be a great quarterback if Big Ben goes down. Mark my words. Yeah, maybe, but when Big Ben goes down, season's over for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Contenders for the NFC East or a Super Bowl? Who that? I think we're contenders for the NFC East. I don't think we're contenders for Super Bowl. If the Eagles make the playoffs, how far can they go? Space Cowboy. Look, man, if you make the playoffs, you got a shot. You know, technically, you got a shot. It doesn't usually work out that way. I say if they made the playoffs and they won, let's say if they won 1 game in the playoffs, I'd be elated. I would think that would be a giant step. Anything else is gravy, you know? But most likely, it depends. If you win the division, you get a home game, you got a chance. If you have to go to the road, it's always tough. I mean, it's tough to go on the road, you know, especially depending upon where you're going. But to me, you know, Eagles get to the playoffs and they can win 1 round. I think in a second year of Carson Wentz, I think that's really good. The question then becomes, how the hell do you keep the team together? Because everybody's going to have big years and they're going to want big money. We're contenders for the East right now. Super Bowl 1 or 2 more drafts. Yeah, I think so. The Giants are good on the road in the playoffs. Giants are very good on the road in the playoffs. That's Eli Manning's specialty. I don't know if he's just a dingbat and he doesn't realize he's on the road or he's just cool cucumber. I don't know. But, hey, Eli Manning wins on the road. He can go to Green Bay and win, which is very hard to do that time of year. He's gone to Dallas and won. Hey, he's done it. Eagles will never win a Super Bowl. Cruising 26. You're cruising for a bruising. Forget about it. It's coming. It's coming. 2-3 years, we're going to have like... Look, when Carson Wentz is retired, we're going to be like, oh, we got like 4 Super Bowls now. You only got 1 more ahead of us. We're catching up. Most unexpected loss and most unexpected win. Oh, I mean, the giant win that we won a couple years ago where Deshaun ran it back for a touchdown, to me, is the biggest one. The loss I never got over is the NFC Championship, Tampa Bay Buccaneers to close out the vet. I still have not got over that. That hurt. That hurt my soul. My soul. That hurt. Where will Kyrie go? He's going to go to the Sixers. You didn't hear? You can't win a Super Bowl off of luck. Okay. Maybe. It depends. Here you go. Here's luck. Tom Brady fumbles the ball against Oakland, and they call it a pass. If he doesn't catch that ball, I mean, if he doesn't get that as a fumble, if that's a fumble, Oakland wins, and they go Super Bowl. Does Tom Brady become Tom Brady? I don't know. I honestly don't know. To me, that was lucky. If Wentz doesn't lead the Eagles to the Super Bowl, even though I highly doubt that, will it be his fault? It depends. Look, if he's in a situation where, let's say they're down 4 and a last-minute drive and he throws a stupid interception, you know what I mean, like McNabb did against Tampa Bay or something like that, then yeah, it's his fault. You know? Yeah, the Raiders were robbed. Yeah, they were, Daniel. They were totally robbed. It was a fumble, and they gave it to him. Now, I'm just curious. You got to wonder how things work, right? Like, if Tom Brady don't win that game, is he become Tom Brady that we know today? I mean, or does he always lose in the playoffs? Or does he just never be that good? I mean, to me, that was a big moment. What number is Sidney Jones wearing? I don't know what he's wearing. I forget. I want to say 26, but I'm not sure what he's wearing. Anybody know what Sidney Jones is wearing? Because I don't. I think we can go 12-4. Last year we did good without receiver core at beginning, and Lane was a big help too. What did great did Lane? Imagine that's wide. Well, that's great thinking. I think that's great thinking, but I think that you don't know, because that year they had a lot of guys that played together. This year we got a lot of new guys. Look, I think the Eagles, they should be a contender for the playoffs, but I think it's going to take time. I think if you think the Eagles are going to come out and go like 5-0, 6-0, 5-2, 6-2, I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked, because most of the time, teams like that, when so many new players, it takes a while. But usually, then they start to become really tough, and then they're the team going into the playoffs that nobody wants to play. That's kind of how I see the Eagles becoming. I see them slow, coming together, becoming the team that nobody wants to play, getting hot at the right time, and then, hey, maybe we get in, and if we get in, we could do damage. I like our chances against some good teams this year. Yeah, there's some I do, some I don't. How did the Pats cheat against the Panthers? Well, weren't they stealing their defensive plays calls and recording their practice workouts? What do you think about EDPs for getting shut down? I think that's horrible. I think any time somebody has a channel and they speak their mind, people go there to hear what they have to say. It's what he wants to say. Not, you like it, you don't like it, whatever. You don't like it, don't listen. But to get shut down, I think is horrible. I don't believe in you know, telling people what they can say and can't say, what's appropriate. Not. At the same time, it is YouTube's channel. They can do that to whoever they want. Hate the Pats for cheating. Yeah, Pats cheated, but look, Brady's won too many Super Bowls to think it's a fluke, or think that they only won Super Bowls because they cheated, because they've proven that that's not why they won. What do you think about the Eagles cornerbacks right now? I think they're scary. I think it's the scariest position. I think it's a really weak position for us. But I think that there's hope right around the corner. We just got to get Rasul Douglas playing. We got to get him some confidence. And we got to get Sidney Jones healthy. I think that it's a problem that will take care of itself over time. But to start this season, it's very, 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 very scary. Are the Pats good, or is the AFC East weak? Pats are good. The Pats are good. They're great. LeBron will be a Sixer in 2018. Well, I'll take it. Who is more dominant, the Warriors or the Patriots? That's a good question. I think last couple of years, maybe the Warriors, but it's hard to say. I'm going to say the Patriots. Brady's got how many Super Bowls? What, 5 Super Bowls? Eagles corners equal dumpster fire. Yeah, that's what I think too. Do you think Sidney Jones will play all this year? I really do not think he's going to play. I think people want him to. They think, hey, look, if we're in a situation where we're about to get to playoffs, we play him. The problem is with that is he hasn't played all year. You want a rookie who is not even used to the speed of the game to come in and play, and then you know half of his mind is going to be worried about his injury. Let him heal a whole year. Let him mentally learn. Let him watch the sidelines. Let him watch guys like Malcolm Jenkins. Let them show him how to act as a professional, how to be, how to study, how to get to practice early, how to do all those things. Let him focus on that. Get healthy. Then next year, let Sidney Jones come back and play. And you know what? As a rookie in his first year, I bet you he'll play a lot better than he would play coming back late in the season. That's how I see it. Odell Beckham Jr. is so overrated. Sometimes I think that, and then he has these games where it's like, oh, no, this guy's not overrated. Is the NFC the powerhouse of the NFL? That's a good question. I don't think it's the powerhouse. I think it's on its way to becoming a 2-team powerhouse, because if you really look at it, Eli's going to go in a few years. I think the Dallas and the Eagles probably are going to be the teams because they got the quarterbacks. I think the NFC South could be a powerhouse. I think the NFC South has got a lot of good teams in it. I mean, I just did that prediction on that, and it was really good teams, in my opinion. LeBron is Kyrie Irving wanting to leave Cleveland with teams who would like a trade. I don't think the Sixers will get LeBron or Kyrie. But somebody asked me yesterday, would I trade Fultz for Kyrie? I probably would have to. Do you still consider Dez elite still? Dez Bryant? I think Dez Bryant is, I think he's top 5. Not top 5, I'd say top, like, between 6 and 10 wide receiver. I don't know. Yeah, maybe elite. If he's healthy, he's not. Who are more delusional, Eagles or Cowboy fans cruising? There's nobody more delusional than Cowboys fans. Here's why, and here's why. right? Because the Cowboy fans, when they were like winning 2-3 games a year, whatever, and they stunk, they would like have arguments about how Roy Williams, the safety, is better than like Brian Dawkins. And like they think that anybody that wears that satanic star on their helmet is better than what they actually are. Dallas fans are more delusional, but the Eagle fans in recent years have been coming up pretty good, and we've caught up a lot of ground. And then you Giant fans, you guys come out of nowhere with this stupid stuff. Your team is delusional. Our coach is delusional. Dallas fans, team, everybody is delusional. Thoughts on Zeke Elliott and his situation? I think, all right, here's my personal, I'm a conspiracy theorist. He goes in the bar, they say he broke somebody's nose, nobody's writing a report, nobody's talking. I think it's a cover-up. I think it's a total cover-up. I think they paid him, the person got their nose broke. I think they paid the police because the police didn't want to suspend the Dallas Cowboy. I think it's all cover-up. I think it's a total cover-up. They were trying to keep him from getting suspension, and what's his face stepped in. Jerry Jones stepped in. That's what I think, because it was very weird how it was like he did all this and then, oop, hush, hush, no evidence, nope, nothing on the police report. Sorry, I don't buy it. Cowboy fans are the true walking. Yes, that's true. Do you think Zeke will be suspended? And if so, how long? I don't think he's going to be suspended at all. I think that there's been some, shenanigans, some Jerry Jones stuff, look, Dallas, that city, from the President Kennedy to Zeke Elliott, has always got some shenanigans going on with the police and everything, and they're always doing something to get their way. Of course he's going to get off. It's a cover-up. It's a cover-up, I tell you. That's what I think. Cover-up. Of course Zeke's not going to get suspended. That's why they hushed the whole punching thing in the bar. That's why nobody's writing a police report about it. It's a total cover-up. He should. Jerry Jones will own the Eagles next season. But Jerry Jones might own the NFL. He owns the NFL Network. Do you know that? He owns he's a big piece of the NFL Network. That's why you always see Dallas Cowboys people on there. Brian Dawkins or Sean Taylor? Brian Dawkins. Sean Taylor was good, but he didn't play long enough, and he had up and down year. Early in his career, he was a little up and down. Last few years, he was a stud. And, it's a shame what happened to him. But Brian Dawkins was better than Sean Taylor. Brian Dawkins is a Hall of Famer. I love Sean Taylor, too. That was the guy I wanted that year. I wanted the Eagles to try to get him somehow. And I love Sean Taylor. Great player. Great player. Shame that happened to him. If he had a chance to play his whole career out, you could make a good case for Sean Taylor being better than Brian Dawkins. But see, what people need to understand about Brian Dawkins is, Brian Dawkins changed the way you play safety. Brian Dawkins, it used to be where you had a free safety and a strong safety. The strong safety would come up and he liked to play in the box. He liked to play against the run, that kind of thing. The free safety would play back. Well, Jim Johnson started using Dawkins in all those situations. Now you see it with all these other safeties in the league today. That's because of Jim Johnson and Brian Dawkins. That makes Brian Dawkins a Hall of Famer. Is Dak the black Alex Smith? No, Dak is better than Alex Smith. Alex Smith stinks. Alex Smith stinks. He's a bum. I hate Alex Smith so much. I gotta tell you. The guy's got a rubber band arm, and he runs. And he throws deke and dunk passes. I hate it. And that's what I get mad at the coach Peterson when he says that Wentz reminds him of Doug Peterson. To me, that's an insult. An insult. I hate Alex Smith. Dak is no Alex Smith. Dak reminds me of McNabb in some weird ways. Just saying. Root for Cowboys. Well, yeah. I think Elliott probably did something and got away with it. We can beat the Chiefs. Hey Holly, God bless you for thinking that. I think it's really going to be hard to go into whatchamacallit. Who is the worst corner, Osmo or McClelvin? Osmo was a bum. I mean, he didn't even want to be around the team, right? Wasn't he like eating lunch in his car? 3 teams scared in the NFC: Packers, Hawks, Falcons. Everyone else is weak and like us. I can see us going divisional, and maybe the conference. Call me crazy, but we can. I'll tell you what. I think Tampa Bay is a scary team too. I know a lot of people don't think so, but I think that they got a very underrated defense. I think they got a very good quarterback. I think they got bomb-ass wide receivers. They got a stud tight end rookie. And look, if they got some sort of running game, if the running back comes back, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a scary team. I'm telling you right now, that's a scary team because I think Jameis Winston's the real deal. They're good enough. Their secondary is a lot better than ours. Their weapons are a lot better than ours, too. I would rather have Mike Evans than Alshon Jeffrey. You give me Alshon Jeffrey or Torrey Smith or Mike Evans and, Deshaun Jackson. I'll take Deshaun Jackson and Mike Evans any day of the week. Any day of the week. Okay, I love Odell, but no way in hell he's better than T.O. right now. Please don't say that. I didn't say that. I don't think I said that. I don't think he's better than T.O. right now. No, T.O.'s a Hall of Fame wide receiver. Chiefs versus Eagles battle of 5-yard passes. Oh my God, you're probably right, Jesse. Oh man, it was really hard to watch the Eagles last year. The offense, I couldn't watch it. To tell you the truth. I believe the Eagles are going to be top 5 in sacks this year. So what do you think? Like 45 to 50 sacks, something like that? Maybe. It's possible. Oh, it's okay, cruising. No problem. I mean, I don't know. I say a lot of things. Sometimes I say things I don't even remember what I said. I just speak. Blah, 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 blah. My wife tells me I never shut up. So, hey, I could have said something. Who knows? It's quite possible. But, yeah, I don't think Terrell Owens gets enough respect, to be honest. Tyreek Hill doesn't scare me off. Holly, who scares you on the Chiefs? Which running back do you feel deserves the most carries this upcoming season? For the Eagles, obviously LeGarrette Blount. I would pound Blount, and I do get a little bit worried because when you got a running back that had 300 carries, I believe the year before, the next year is always, we don't know. But I would say him. Travis Kelce on offense, that's it. I would be scared of the Chiefs' defense. I would be scared of their pass rush. I would be scared that the coach is a little better coach than the coach you got and knows what that guy's going to do. T.O. needs more respect. Was such a game changer when it came. Yeah, I agree, Celtics fan. I think T.O., because T.O. is the way T.O. is, he doesn't get the respect that he probably deserves. So I think that's tough. Our offensive line is underrated. Not Kelce. Andy probably calling up Doug, bringing him a cheese. Yeah, maybe. But I think that if I had to choose a coach matchup in that game, if you go, all right, Chiefs coach for coach, who's got the better coach going into the Eagles-Chiefs game? You got to say Andy Reid. Andy Reid probably taught Doug Peterson everything. So, I can't give Doug Peterson a Look, Doug Peterson's going to have to go earn it. He's got to go earn. He's got to earn it. I can't just give him wins. He's got to earn it. Earn the wins, Doug Peterson. Earn it. Stop telling us how great your team is and earn the win. Trust the process. I definitely trust the process. I trust the Sixers process because they did it right. I definitely trust that process. I'm very excited about the Sixers. 3-1 in the first 4, only losing to Kansas City. So the Eagles open up. Let's see. They open up at Washington. Then they go at Washington, at Kansas City. Then they come home against the Giants, and they got the Chargers. That's the first 4 games. I think that they can beat Washington. I think they'll be ready for the Washington game because they know they haven't beaten Washington. I think they're ready. Then they go to Kansas City. I think it's a tough place to play. Then they come home, and they're going to beat the Giants because they're going to sweep the Giants this year because they own the Giants. Let's face it. Then they got to go play the Chargers in L.A. I think the Chargers... I don't think anybody can think that we're going to just go and beat the Chargers. I think the Chargers are pretty good. I think the Chargers are going to beat us. And then we got to come home and we got to play Arizona, I believe, which Arizona is like, they always give us problems. They always give us problems all the time. So we got to beat them, and then we got to go and play at Carolina on a Thursday. Those are all tough games. Odds that Barnett wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'll say 1 in 150,000. No chance. No chance and no chance. Cardinals are an old declining team. Yeah, I know. It's one of those things where teams just give you problems, right? They always give you problems. Some teams just give you problems. You guys are not sweeping us. The Giants team is stacked. We are sweeping you. You may go 14-2, but you're going to lose 2 times to the Eagles. That's my prediction.